Hi guys, this video is a St Patrick's Day collaboration which I've made with my YouTube friends. You can see their creations on the screen now, which you can click or find the links for in the description box below the video. Today for St Patrick's Day I'm making a leprechaun cupcake, and I'm going to do it around a little purple foam ball so that I've got a nice rounded shape. Again, I'll put links in the description box below to all the materials that I use. So I've dyed some fondant, a flesh colour, so I'm rolling that out reasonably thin, probably about 5mm. And I'm just going to cut a circle out of that. Then what I'm going to do is take a couple of small balls of the flesh colour that will just sit underneath this circle, which will become cheeks. Push those on, just check there's a little gap in between them for where the nose will sit, and then we can place that on the purple foam. Pressing it down, trying to get it to cup nicely in shape. Oh, so it looks a little bit funny at the moment like this, but I promise it won't when it's finished. So just a small oval of your flesh colour now for the nose, which will stick in between those cheeks that we've made. So I'm just taking a little modelling tool and I'm pushing that in to create a mouth. So taking the other end of the modelling tool, the pointier end, I'm just going to draw on at the top of the cheeks two little curved lines, which are going to become his eyes. So he's got little closed eyes on this one. And I've got a little bit of pink edible dust now on a dry brush. And I'm just going to lightly dust that onto the cheeks and the nose, just to give him a little bit of colour. Now, your leprechaun's got to have bright ginger hair, so I've dyed an orange, and I've used two circle cutters, or one circle cutter, to create like a little moon shape. This will go around to become his beard, but what I'm going to do is mark where his mouth comes to, because we're going to cut out a small little dint, and also around where the cheeks come to, so that his beard shapes around the cheeks and the mouth. And I'm going to use a round cutter to just cut out the shape. So one for the mouth, one either side for the cheeks, and I'll round that off a little bit with my finger. Place that back on, check it fits. So I'm just putting in some little lines so it looks more like a beard, so it looks like it's got hairs on it. I'm just putting 2 or 3 either side, you don't need too many. Then we can stick this in place on the face. Now if it doesn't just stick, just use a little bit of water in between and it should stick in place. So we're going to give him some ears next. So I've gone back to the flesh colour and I've rolled 2 teardrop shapes, which I'm squashing a little bit. Make sure they're at a point at either end, and I'm just pushing the modelling tool into them a little bit to create a bit of a dip for the centre of the ear. Then push those either side of the face. Then he wants a green hat, so roll thin some green, and I'm using a smaller circle cutter to cut a circle, and then we're going to make that a semicircle. That can just go on the top of his head, and then for the bottom of the cap I'm just cutting a piece that I don't really know what shape you'd describe it as. It's a little bit thinner in the middle, a little bit thicker at either end, and it'll just go around that semicircle that we've stuck on. Back to our orange for some eyebrows. We're rolling 2 little sausage shapes, give them a bit of a curve and stick those just above where the eyes are. And we're going to fill in where he's missing a bit of hair between his hat and his ear, so that he doesn't look like he's got a bald spot. And creating some small teardrop shapes, but this time in the orange we're going to give him some hair, which we'll just put in the front of his hat. Another teardrop shape, give it a bit of a squash, bit of water on the back, and just place that next to the other one. Same again for a third one, but make this one a little bit smaller. And I'm just deepening the colour of his mouth a little bit by dusting a bit more of the pink dusts in there. Now we just want a little band around his hat, so we're going to roll out some black nice and thin, cut a strip. So for the buckle, we're going to roll out some yellow. I'm going to cut a rectangle, and using the bit of black that's an offcut, I'm going to cut another rectangle that's a little bit smaller than the yellow one. And the black rectangle should sit in the middle of the yellow one. And just roll a tiny little sausage of yellow then to stick over the black, so it looks like a buckle, and we'll stick that in place on our strip of black. I'm just going to cut this a little bit smaller. Measure it against his hat so you do know that it fits, and we can push that in place just using a bit of water. I'm just going to pull up the bit of green of his hat so you can see it above the buckle. So what I'm going to do is just give him a few hours to sort of harden a little bit. Then once he's hardened, get a little bit of buttercream on the top of your cupcake. You can pipe it on or you can spread it on. I've just spread it on quickly. And then just gently lift him off the purple foam. and place him onto your cupcake. Ta-da! There he is, all ready for St. Patrick's Day. Hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget, this video is part of a collaboration with my YouTube friends, so do be sure to go over and have a look at their St. Patrick's Day videos. If you liked this video and would like to see more, please click on the images of the other videos suggested. Also, please do subscribe to my channel using the button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also visit my cake website and my Facebook page to see more cakes and ideas.